Hi out there, littles, middles, bigs, and maybe even vanillas. Um, so, number one, I have to give kind of a warning. Um, Normally, I don't really feel very little when I'm making videos. I usually am kind of more in an in-between state where I'm kind of still big, so I can talk about the other aspects. Um, but right now I've been feeling very little lately and feeling really good about it in a way that like I never have before. Um, my littleness has always kind of been sculpted around other people, um, and what they're willing to accept. And um, my comfort level of sharing littleness eh, has kind of always been rocky, but right now, um, the way things have been lately, I'm feeling very little, and I feel okay sharing that, um, and sharing it all with you all. um, so I'm sorry for the break that I took. I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not sorry, but um, I took some time off because there was a lot going on, and I was having to juggle a lot of stuff in my big life, and deal with some very serious issues. Um, but in the past week or two, um, there's been some happy things that have made me feel good. Um, so, I, um, I'm feeling pretty little right now, and it's such a funny thing because for so long my littleness was, or the amount of littleness I displayed was dependent upon my relationships, my two ex-wives and my ex-girlfriend, and what they were willing to accept or not accept or whatever, or it's a lot of complicated stuff. And so now I'm at this point where it's actually about me. I let them tell me when it was okay to feel little and how little I could feel. And now I get to say, no, I feel little right now, and this is how little I feel, and there's no one to tell me that now's not the time. I get to just be, and it feels really good. And you can, I'm smiling, and I'm all blushy and little. So y'all can probably tell, because this is definitely not the normal tone of voice that I speak to you all with. And I'm squeezing my bear. Oh, goodness. And yes, I'm showing my face. I'm kind of over that fear now. So, um, so we got some house cleaning things, as a lot of people put it on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe that's outdated. Maybe I'm just watching old ass videos. Oh, I said a naughty word. I said a bad word. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm watching really old videos. But so number one, I am rocking a Rear's Little Monster. But because right now I cannot be wasteful, underneath it I have a North Shore Supreme, both in size small, because I am a slender person. I have a 27-inch waist. But if I wet, which will probably happen, because in this is some Cuddy Sark, which, for those who might not know, is Scotch whiskey, which is like my favorite drink that I shouldn't be drinking when I'm little. I'm a naughty baby. That's okay. But I don't want to waste my good little monster, so I have a layer underneath to protect it. So anyway, there's that. You can see I'm clutching my bear. It's kind of a comfort thing right now, because I'm giving the world a piece of me that pretty much no one has ever seen before, or at least not to this extent. My most recent ex-wife has seen this a little bit, but not quite to this extent. So it's a little bit of anxiety, but I'm happy. I recently went on a date with a nice woman. We met at a Barnes & Noble and had coffee and talked about books and nerdy things, because that's what I do. And in talking about books, I started sprinkling in that some of my books are out of the ordinary, and I kind of brought up kink a little bit, and she's like, "Oh yeah, da da da, BDSM, da da da," and it was like, okay, she's cool. Let's see just how cool she is. So I did push the limits a little bit and said, "Oh, I've got, I'm trying to learn a little bit about BDSM because I'm got a little some interest in it, but that's not really my main thing." And then it kind of progressed, and I'm like, okay, well, here's my main thing, even though it's not so much sexual for me, which it isn't. There's a gray area. It's really complicated, and it's a video unto itself, and someday we'll probably get there. But I'm like, there's this, it's mostly not sexual, but there are sexual elements. It's this Venn diagram. I was like, but, here's what it is. I'm an ABDL. And she's like, I don't know what that is. And the coolest part was she was like, wait, let me see if I can figure it out. And she like stood there for like at least 30 seconds. At least 30 seconds. Like actually racking her brain, and I could visually see her racking her brain. She was really trying to figure out what this was. And she's like, she's like, I don't know. I can't come up with it. She's like, what is it? And I told her, I was like, it's adult baby diaper lover. I was like, you know, I wear diapers and I like to feel like a little kid. I was like, and it's not necessarily something sexual, but sometimes I'm okay with it being sexual. I was like, it's really complicated. She was like, oh, okay. And we've carried on with our conversations, you know, and it's no big deal. And, and so maybe there's something good there. I don't know, but could be. So we'll see what happens. But that was like the biggest like non-response I've ever had to like oh okay, like that I'm not completely repulsed by that. That's like the best reaction I've ever like actually had to it. So that was really cool. And that has kind of helped lead to where I'm at right now. You know, a lot of times I'm very adamant about looking directly into the camera like I'm doing right now. But you may notice that I've kind of been looking down and kind of shy and blushy. It's because I actually am feeling very little right now. And it's a little bit, oh, I'm so little right now I can't even think of the word. Exposing, I feel exposed. I feel vulnerable, but happy at the same time and cool. Because I know the people watching this are, you know, y'all are watching it because you want to be watching it, because you find interest in these things. So that's really cool. Oh, it's so hard to do this when I feel little. And I'm sitting here like moving my toes and curling them and I'm sorry. I just feel very happy and feel happy feeling little. In a way that I've probably never felt before. Or at least I've never felt comfortable sharing with anyone else. It's always been scary. But I feel good. And I feel happy. And I want to share with everyone and maybe help others to feel comfortable sharing. I don't know. But I like how I feel right now, even though it's hard. Okay, so I kind of have to switch gears and try and be a little bit adult right now, be a little bit grown up.